Okay, so when I ask other people, whether they be age groupers or even some pros, who do they look up to in the sport, your name pops up a lot. So I'd like to return the question to you. Who do you look up to, whether they're still racing or they have raced in the past? Who are your idols?
Still the same two idols I've always had. I've had them ever since I started. My very first idol that I would call an idol in the sport was Karen Smyers, and of course she still is to this day. And one of my first experiences with Karen, I mean, I knew she was an amazing athlete. She was winning ITU. She was one of the first women to win ITU, like short course or Olympic distance, and also step it up to the Ironman and win that. Well, so, you know, world championships in ITU, world championships in Hawaii. So to me that was pretty special and just shows what a versatile athlete she is. But I remember racing my very first ITU long course championships in Indiana, in America, as a pro. It was my first time making a pro team for Australia. And I raced, I think I finished 14th, and I think Karen either won it or was top 3. She was amazing as usual. And I remember being at the presentation awards the next day, and I had a beer in my hand, as per usual back in the day. And Karen actually walked up to me, so my idol walked up to me, and I thought, oh my God, my idol's actually talking to me. I was, for once, shell-shocked, couldn't speak. And she actually asked me, she came up to me to ask me where I got my beer from, because she wanted one. So there and then she went from here to here. So it was, I thought, right, she's my hero.
Brilliant.
So, you know, I showed her where to get one, and I actually wanted to give mine, but she went and got one, and I thought, yeah, this woman is such a cool woman. And she really is. And since then, of course, I've got to know her really well, and she's just an amazing athlete, an amazing person, amazing coach. Heather Furr is the other one, and I started really looking up to Heather back in the late 90s when I started training with Heather. We went to San Diego for quite a few years in a row, and I actually did all my training for Heather leading into Hawaii. And she was the person who taught me how to be a true professional in the sport. She taught me how important it was to recover in between sessions. I think a lot of people think when they give up their job and become a proper professional, that's just easy. Oh, you've got all day to train, how could it be hard? Well, it's actually really difficult, because it's very difficult because you have to change your mindset. If it's raining or it's shitty weather outside and you are up to train, you know, back in the day when you're an age grouper, you could actually say, oh, well, I just don't want to today, so I'm not going to. As a professional, it's basically the same as saying, well, I'm not going to work today. Can't do it. So unless you have a legitimate reason not to do it. So it's a complete change of mindset. You must train, you must swim, bike, run every day, regardless of how you feel. And Heather taught me how to deal with that, what it meant to do that, and what to do in between sessions. And I learned more from Heather than I've learned from any other athlete in my life, and she was an amazing influence to me. And apart from that, an amazing athlete as well, and still to this day, one of my very closest friends from overseas. And Justin and I were lucky enough to go and spend a few days with her after Hilary Biscay's wedding this January, and it was just as amazing and just as much fun as what it was in the old days. So yeah, those two women are definitely still my idols, will always be my idols.
Awesome.